Hi. Hello. This time in English, I got some comments, very friendly comments in English, and I was wondering that they can understand me anyway because I talk always in German because I think I can explain what I'd like to say. I can explain it better in German than in English. On the other hand, it can't be so tricky because what I'm saying is quite clear and it's actually very simple. My message is nothing more, nothing less, to come in tune with your own Holy Spirit. That is somehow a bit, it sounds a bit confusing because we were all taught, everybody is listening in school in the religion lessons that there is a Holy Spirit on both us all, and so we have somehow to reach Him, and He is beyond everything, and it is for us now somehow to come to crawl and to be very humble, and so we cannot talk to Him. We have only to pray. And I tell you what, it's all nonsense. Everybody, every single soul on earth has have a Holy Spirit, the perfect version from ourselves, and that is very fair and very justice because everybody has his own, and he enter our mind if we ask him to do so, and that is fair as well because everybody have their own brain and one Holy Spirit each. So there is no fight for another. So we have to come in tune with our very Holy Spirit, our best version, the blueprint from us, the best blueprint from us. Here nowadays it is like that we follow a kind of blueprint. That's true, but somehow this blueprint seems not so perfect and not so very well and agreeable because we causes a lot of problems with our actings, with our that what we're saying, with our careers, with our fights and everything. We struggle somehow. It seems we struggle against the whole world, to the whole world, and that is actually not necessary. Not necessary, not at all, because we can come easily into the tune with a higher power, which is our power, by the way. And this power will give their supreme effort to release him from every trouble, what we maybe find. And it manages like that our power come in tune with the other power, and then we can get right off and we cast off everything what make our life so difficult and so harmful. Some people have much more problems than the other one. Agree. On the other hand, it seems to me that we actually live in a kind of a bubble, and when we have some, let's say, on our coast goes a lot of trouble, and we can't bring it in order right now. We get separated from that, and then there comes command, come in tune with a higher power, so that you can deal with the thought, with the things you once caused. That is to say, what you bring emotion, you have to correct and bring it in a in a different order, in a different direction. So when everything what I am and what's around me, when I bring it in a, let's say, wrong direction, it is for me to bring it in the other one, in the direction which pointed to a brighter light and a brighter life and a brighter kind of energy. And I always call and I always talk from vibrations. The higher, the better. When I leave myself to a holy vibration, then this higher vibration, in this way, in the best way, holy vibration, uh, uh, correct my own vibration. And a holy vibration is nothing more, nothing less, as a very white, a very bright, and a very healthy one. When I have, to be honest, another point of view about holiness. For me, holiness is nothing more, nothing less than a very healthy one, a very compact one, something which is not to disturb. I can't disturb them. It is impossible. When there is something is holy, which means nothing more than it is practically perfect, then I can't butt in and I can't destroy it. It is only possible to destroy it when I inwardly, from inside, niggle on that and always try to get out and to break it somehow, in two, so that then it is ready for to receive attacks. And to prevent that, it is very wise to ask for a very high vibration, so that my very own vibration can recover and start new. And then all the tasks which I left on the other side at first come back, and now I can deal with it. That's my idea from life, and that is somehow I got the feeling that is the correct one, because it is very fair, and no one is left behind, and no one is somehow so much in trouble that there isn't an exit. But think on people who are really bad and do really bad things, and are really destroy really a lot of happiness and a lot of peace. What about them? What about people who destroy peace and just destroy happiness by somebody else? What about them? What shall we do now? Well, our former teacher explained for and put it before us. They go straight to the hell. That might be so, because separation from our higher self, our divine power, is a hell. Oh yes, that is a hell. When you are separate from the glory and from the divine us, the divine self, that is the hell. And a very, very uncomfortable one. So we can bring it in order when we start to turn to a higher and divine power, and a holy power as well. So we can bring much more light up. So we can make our life much more light and much more bright, and much more we can bring it in harmony. That's why I'm talking here. And I say on this way very much thank you for them who has written me in English as well. And so I give my supreme effort to explain that what I'm saying in English, and I hope that you can understand it. And I received now a comment, and this is in German. And this is a guy I know. Well, Koala, I get comments in English, and so I think maybe they like to hear it in English as well, and maybe they misunderstand me as while I was talking in German, and so I say that now in English, and so everybody knows what I'm talking about. Well, and now I say goodbye because it is a very, very short message, and I can't, since I get no other comments, and then ah, one German guy write me now in English and asked me, by the way, if I really believe that somebody is a native speaker in English, as a native English speaker, watching this. Well, yes, because I have 3 abonnents who talk English. That's why I'm talking now in English sometimes. But I can't do that all the time because my English is, I think, not so very well that I can now try to bring my messages in English. And I only can say thank you for them who comment this. And I'm really wondering that you understand me. So I will be glad when you ask me, when you tell me what I can do better or whatever, and what I can do explain it better, if in case you want to hear that. Well, I wish you a very good evening, and thanks for listening. Tschüss and ciao.